How's everybody doing today? There's still people piling in right now. It's unbelievable. If you don't think Georgia is Trump country, you've got something coming to you now. Now, please, nobody in this room confuse me. I'm Burt Jones. I'm Lieutenant Governor of this great state of Georgia. Please, I don't want anybody confuse me with the past Lieutenant Governor who was here helping Kamala Harris. I know we're about the same age, about the same height, and got, hairs. He looks like he probably darkens his hair a little bit, but somebody asked me what I thought about that. I was like, sometimes you just can't fix stupid. So you can't worry about it. But they had a big crowd here. They had a big crowd, Kamala and them, and they had some entertainment here. They were twerking and doing everything they could. And, I even heard Kamala, she came out with her version of the Southern accent, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's get this party started, y'all. But the thing was, that what the media didn't tell you is after that entertainment was over with, people started filing out of that place. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I do, because this is what the White House reminds me of as far as musical talent is concerned. It reminds me of the group Milli Vanilli. Do y'all remember Milli Vanilli? It was two guys. They were, claimed to be R&B German artists, even though they had British accents, and they were born in Madrid or something like that. But sound a little bit like Kamala. But what was funny is they fooled the country for about 4 years with their entertainment. They couldn't sing, they couldn't write, they had zero talent. But it took 4 years for everybody to figure out who they really were. Milli Vanilli is what we have in the White House right now. Because I can tell you right now, they're not running this country right now. Those two are not running this country. The only difference between the two really is when we found out about Milli Vanilli, the media jumped all over them. When they found out that the current Biden-Harris administration weren't really running the country, they've all of a sudden circled the wagons for them, which tells me they're in on it. And I would tell you this right now. I was on my way up here, and my wife asked me, my wife Jan asked me, she goes, now you're not just going to sit up there and bash the current administration the whole time. I said, well, maybe just a little bit. She said, you need to tell them about why you have always been for Donald J. Trump since 2016. I said, I was one of the first ones, actually I was the first one to endorse him in Georgia in 2016. I co-chaired his campaign in 2016, did it again in 2020, going to do it here in 24. But the whole reason why I did it was I said, this country needs a businessman. This country needs something different than the same old politicians that we have. And for the first time in our lifetimes, we have an opportunity to see two administrations who've actually done the job. And we get to interview them for what they've done. The businessman Donald Trump, when he was in office, we were energy independent. Gasoline was $1.80 a gallon. It's $3.50 and rising right now. When our businessman Donald Trump was in the White House, groceries were 40% less than what they are right now. I got my agricultural chairman here somewhere, Russ Goodman. Russ Goodman told me, he said, be sure you tell everybody grits is 40% higher right now. Stand up, Russ. Our border was secure. Right now, we've got 15 million. We think 15 million. It could be more than that. 15 million illegals here. But guess what your reward is? Guess what? You get to pay for their medical costs, their schooling. They get a little allowance. Yeah. Right. Congratulations, right? Yeah. It was secure when we had the businessman Donald Trump in the room. We also were respected around the world, too. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. We didn't start any new wars, but guess what? Everyone around the world knew that if they crossed us or our allies, there was going to be hell to pay, right? So to me, it is clear who the next president of the United States should be, and I think it's going to be Donald J. Trump right here. I will tell you this, and 3 weeks ago, I'm a pretty mild-mannered person. I'm pretty calm. I don't get excited about a whole lot of things. But I tell you, 3 weeks ago when they attempted to assassinate our president, there were a lot of emotions that was running through me. And I'm sure like everybody else in this room. But when he stood up and wiped himself off, and as they were trying to rush him off, he said, no, wait a minute. And he looked at the ground right here, and he said, you fight, you fight, you fight, right? Yep. I want to tell y'all something. If the hair on your neck didn't stand up when he did that, there's just something you need to check your pulse because you're already dead. So. But that's the exact kind of person you want running your company. You want heading up your team. That's the exact kind of person you want to have as your leader of the free world. And I'll leave you with this right now, and I'll just say this simple as I can. Trump's been fighting for you. Trump's been fighting for me. It's time that we start fighting for Trump. We're going to win in November. We're going to win here in Georgia. We're going to make this state red again. And we can't do it without your help. God bless y'all, and God bless the great state of Georgia and the USA.